Our own Norah O'Donnell sat down with the Crown Prince of Iran, who's been living in exile in the U.S. since 1979. That's when his father, the Shah, fled during the Islamic Revolution. Norah, you asked him what he thinks America's role should be in Iran. What did he tell you?
Good evening, Tony. That's right. Well, Reza Pahlavi wants the U.S. to intervene and take action, something the U.S. government has been reluctant to do in the half a dozen anti-regime uprisings in Iran since the 2009 Green Movement, when millions demanded democratic reform. Reza, I heard you say this weekend that the U.S. should, quote, cut the snake's head off for good and, quote, make sure this regime goes down for good. Are you pushing President Trump to initiate regime change?
The president is clear when he says that he stands with the Iranian people. And he, like anybody else, believes, and so do I, that ultimately it's the Iranian people who determine their own fate, and it should be at their hand that change is brought. Solidarity with the Iranian people is ultimately supporting them in their ask. And their ask is that this regime has to go, and we have to overcome the obstacles by putting an end to it, and ultimately, as a result of that liberation, be able to finally be unshackled and free to establish a democratic alternative and come back to the world of nations that can work together for a different future.
Tony, Pahlavi wants to lead a new transition, but he hasn't been in Iran in some 50 years since he was a teenager, and it's not clear how much support he really has. And there are a lot of questions from analysts and Iranians about his suitability for leadership, his lack of experience, and whether he'd represent a return to monarchy or a path to democracy. There's a key meeting at the White House tomorrow where the president will look at military options. Tony?
Norah O'Donnell with the Newsmaking interview. Norah, thank you very much.